We all yearn for reconciliation, for catharsis.
Teenagers, composed entirely of hormones and insecurity, yearn to thrive.
For those whose souls yearn to sing.
I yearn for love.
You know, gentlemen, you yearn for victory just as I do.
In fact, I yearn to have one as a pet.
To yearn for nothing.
I know you yearn to defend your name and your honor, but...
As my memories return, oh, how my heart does yearn.
Once you go worm, that's what you'll yearn.
Guess I kind of got a yearn for the seashore myself.
Not that I don't sometimes feel that you yearn for something better.
My friend, I yearn for freedom as much as anyone, but...
Sometimes I yearn for bachelor days in the army.
Those precious memories that I yearn to forget.
Yet you yearn and you churn and rebound.
My life, I'm no longer a child and I yearn for the truth that you know.
The children and I yearn to hear your news.
My life, I'm no longer a child and I yearn for the truth that you know.
For my manly heart doth yearn.
But separate mental patients that yearn to be ejected out of this poisoned atmosphere to a warm bed and friendly therapist.
The energies of the left and right were spent in street brawls, and the great exhausted population in the middle came to yearn for one thing.
Most of all, I yearned for the embrace.
I yearn to throw myself into your arms.
What do you really yearn for, King Henry?
The bird till I earn the attention. I yearn not to mention. I learn how to turn resentment and hurt to an unquenchable thirst. In the simplest terms, is revenge of the nerd in every sense of the word. Don't I yearn and ache and shop?
Guess I kind of got a yearn for the seashore myself.
I yearn to be ruined by shrews and saved by angels, and in reality I've only ever really loved my sister.
But can I be someone who women yearn after and crave for and lust after?
Which are the roles that you yearn to play?
Oh, for my manly heart doth yearn.
How to yearn?
Historians yearn for an answer to the question of who's to blame for this event or for that atrocity, but...
I need, I yearn, I long, I deserve. Oh, man.
I yearn for the nectar of her skin.
Think you of the wives and the babies that yearn.
You don't have to yearn for it.
They promised that if she would stay, she would never yearn for anything money could buy.
I hope and I yearn.
Overdue, but comforted, no doubt, that you yearn for him.
Now, gentlemen, I take it we all yearn to serve on this new Atlantic liner.
Someday you yearn, 'cause your heart's gonna burn for that old familiar glow.
As I yearn to return to you, so will you yearn to return to me.
In my life, I'm no longer a child and I yearn for the truth that you know.
I yearn to know, yearn touch to feel the glow of love.
We must yearn, therefore.
I'm somewhat of a walking contradiction, open-minded yet lactose intolerant, and I yearn for someone who enjoys big surprises.
And what do I yearn for?
I know that you yearn for me too.
Two hearts once one still yearn to shine.
It's when suddenly you sight someone for whom you yearn.
He doesn't yearn for the comforts and rewards of a middle-class lifestyle, but he's very aware of how inequitable society is.
I'll bet all of you, like me, yearn for just one story that isn't about unveiling layer after layer of human weakness.
In my heart, I just yearn for you only. Here in my heart.
Why would he yearn for his cultural connection, for his blood roots?
For the people who yearn for love, who believe in love is eternal.
Doesn't that make you sort of yearn for something?
Start to yearn.
We hit this milestone because people yearn for connection, for a sense of family, a sense of belonging.
It's kings and queens who yearn for portraits.
And forever my heart will yearn.
You yearn to have a pet of your own, rather than have the heart to deny you.
For I would never see the temple I so yearn to see.
I yearn for truth.
I yearn for the nectar of her skin.
Did you yearn for it?
Yeah.
Having a man like him around might make them yearn for something they can't have, shouldn't have.
But to yearn for those kind of late 60s, that kind of flash from those late 60s movies by Jewison and countless other directors, to me is as much of an exercise in nostalgia.
When you're lecturing, you long for time to write, and when you've got it, you yearn to be back with your students.
He's setting night against night, making them yearn for their own lands.
You'll just have to yearn for me from afar.
Churning and burning, they yearn for the cup.
The more you want to see, the more is revealed, the more you yearn for greater revelation.
But how will you fare in the new, rearranged France you yearn for?
I cater exclusively to distinguished gentlemen who yearn for only the best and appreciate the finer things in life.
That's what I'm
We all yearn for the day when...
Well, she laments her for it would yearn your art to see it.
Watch and learn, touch and yearn.
They have found the eternal peace which we all yearn for.
Friend, yearn no more.
Every night as I sleep, I yearn for you.
And they'll yearn to be.
But I know they yearn for more poem, excitement.
Yearn so much for thee.
I learned a lot, but I kind of yearn for tradition.
But that woman to yearn for an heir as she does is, in my opinion, selfish and wicked.
Love of loves for which I yearn.
Like the sunflower, I yearn to turn my face to the door.
For my manly heart doth yearn.
Do you yearn for the taste of rotten eggs?
We joke amongst us how you yearn for our master's kiss.
And now, freed from all mortal tribulation, she's attained that spiritual serenity, that true state of peace for which we all yearn.
EKG, lights, Ken Panel, yearn for culture.
What does it mean to yearn for the unfamiliar within the cocoon of familiarity?
We'll just yearn a living.
For your death, I yearn.
To yearn for the days of the art of love.
The Stonehenge energy will give us the cosmic revelations we yearn for.